Hi everyone. So I made a video for page 2 of review sheet 3 and it had a problem with it. So I'm gonna redo it. So my work's already on the page, but maybe that'll even be better for you guys. We'll see how it goes. Let me know which way you like better. So here's number 15. You have to find the area of the entire figure, which when I do it, I chop it up into the figures that I have formulas for. So we've got a triangle and a parallelogram. So label the triangle. I went with number 1, and here's my work for the triangle. Area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. The next part, be careful here. The base and height, remember, always make a 90-degree angle. All right, so as you can see, it's 16 by 16. This length right here is 16. You can see the hash marks. All right, so we're not going to use the 22. So 16 times 16 divided by 2 is 128 square inches. And then the parallelogram formula is base times height. Here's your base, here's your height. All right, 16 times 7 is 112. To find the total area, you're going to take your two answers, add them together, and it'll give you 240 inches squared. I was cutting this up, remember when I would count how many squares, so there's 240 little square inches in that figure. All right, so if this is going fast, because I know it's already written, just pause it, guys, and then you can kind of move on from there. All right? Okay, 16. Each spinner is spun once. What is the probability of spinning the number 4 and getting the letter A? When you see "and" in probability, you're going to multiply. So what's the probability of spinning and getting a 4 on this spinner? Well, you've got a 1 out of 8 chance. You're going to multiply it to what's the probability of getting an A on this spinner? You've got a 1 out of 4 chance. Multiply straight across, 1 out of 32. All right, 17. Which of the following samples would be most representative of the entire student population? A, surveying every boy in a gym class. Well, that's a no, because that's only half. Surveying every girl in an art class. That doesn't make sense. Surveying every teacher. That's not going to represent the student population, so we got to go with D. Surveying every third student who enters the school. Do you remember what kind of sample that is? When you do every third student, that's called a systematic random sample. That's what we were doing right before school closed. All right, solve. Number 18, 0.8 times a half. Well, I turned a half into 0.5, and I just multiplied the 0.8 times the 0.5, 0.40. 19 is kind of cool. It's backwards. Usually I give you the inequality and you graph it. This time they gave you the graph, so as you can see, the 1 is shaded in, so that's why there's going to be the equal. And what else is shaded? Everything less than 1. So the answer would be x is less than or equal to 1. So that's your inequality. If you put the 1 first, you would have to have this flipped around. Both of these are correct. Okay, so either one of those is correct. All right, number 20. And sorry, this one printed weird. I had to scratch it out. This is the problem here. 5/8 plus a 1/6 plus negative 2/3. Now, if we had our calculators at school, we could use the ABC button, type it in. I didn't have that calculator, so I made common denominators. So with 8, 6, and 3, I went with 24 as my common denominator. And then it's a puzzle. So 8 times what gives you 24? 3. So then 5 times 3, that's how I got 15. Here, 6 times 4 gives me 24. So 1 times 4 is 4. And this one, 3 times 8 is 24. So negative 2 times 8 would be negative 16. So then I did this in my head. 15 with a negative 16, that's negative 1. Negative 1 plus 4 is 3. So you get 3 over 24, which is the same as 1/8. All right. All right, 21. A patio blueprint has a key that shows 1 inch is equal to 12 feet. If the owner wants the length to be 30 feet, how many inches will the length be on the blueprint? So I did a proportion for this one. They're telling me 1 inch goes with 12 feet, so I kind of lined up inch and feet here. 1 inch goes with 12 feet. Then they wanted to figure out how many inches goes with 30 feet. So 30 feet is going to be here on the bottom, lines up with feet. We don't know how many inches, and then we're going to cross multiply. So 12 times x is 12x, 1 times 30 is 30. Get x by itself by dividing by 12, and there you go, 2.5 inches. All right, 22. A pair of jeans that normally sells for $35 is on sale for 20% off. Find the sale price. Okay, so if you're in the store, you got to figure out 20% of 35, so you can multiply that together. Apparently that's $7. Now that's how much you're going to save. That's the discount. You're saving $7. So to figure out the sale price, you take the original 35, subtract the 7, and then you're at $28. All right, 22B, find the total cost of the jeans if the sales tax is 6%. So same idea, find 6% of your 28. So 0.06 times 28, you're getting $1.68. That's the tax. Now that you have to pay, so you have to add that to your price. So 28 plus the tax, you're up to $29.68. Okay, 23, classic. Walk into the pet store. In a pet store, the number of dogs is 12 less than 3 times the number of cats. If the pet store has 84 dogs, how many cats does it have? So this was reading like a word problem to me, so I did the 5 steps here. So first I said let x equal the number of cats. That's what we're looking for. And then I went back to the words to make my equation. So 12 less than 3 times the number. Whenever you have that less than, it can be a little tricky. So you really have to do 3 times the number and then subtract 12, right? That would be 12 less, subtracting the 12. So here's my equation. 3x minus 12 has to equal the 84. And then I just solved that like normal. I added the 12, divided by 3. My answer was 32. For the check, I went back to the words again. So 12 less than 3 times the number. So I had to do my answer of 32, multiply it by 3, and then subtract the 12. I'm down to 84. That's what I wanted. I got to do a check mark. And then I wrote a sentence. The pet store has 32 cats, period. All right. And then last one here. Ooh, this is just what we were doing. Can you tell that these 3 angles together, all 3 together, would equal 180? Right, there's your half circle. So I made an equation. X plus the 71 plus the 31 is 180. Add the 71 and the 31 together, I'm at 102. And then I just subtract the 102 to get my answer, 78 degrees. All right, so I know that was probably quick because everything was already written, but hopefully you guys paused it as you went and kind of went through everything. Let me know if you have questions, email anytime. Keep up the great work, guys. Bye.